Hello, my amazings, lovelies, beautifuls, and wonderfuls, and beloveds. You know who you are. You know your name. All right, and I am Maggie. Thank you for joining me in my channel, our channel, as we are doing a slow crawl through this wonderful book by Dr. Wayne Dyer, Excuses Be Gone, and we're getting rid of our excuses. We are currently in chapter 3, so we're in actually part 1, identifying and removing habitual thinking. We're in chapter 3, your excuse category. So right now, excuses be gone. Hit subscribe, hit like, and I'd love to hear your positive comments. All right, we're gonna get to moving. We are in excuse 9. It has never happened before. Be not the slave of your own past, my literary soulmate, Ralph Waldo Emerson, wrote in his journal. Just because you've always been a particular way, this isn't a rational explanation for your present state of affairs. In fact, this is an excuse attempting to explain away what you feel are shortcomings. The past is a trail you leave behind, much like the wake of a speedboat. That is, it's a vanishing trail temporarily showing you where you were. The wake of a boat doesn't affect its course. Obviously, it can't, since it's only appearance behind the boat. So consider this image when you examine that your past is the reason you aren't moving forward. The logic of it's never happening before, or it's never happened before, or it's equally debilitating corollary, it's always been that way for me, stems from these beliefs. My past is over, and what's over can't be changed. What happened before will happen again, so I'm being guided today, but what can't be changed, therefore, it's impossible for me to change. It's over for me. What I want has never happened before, and that means it will never, ever happen. Blah. All right. This is what happens when you live in the trail you've left behind, convinced that your past is the reason why you can't change. You hang on to it to excuse yourself from thinking differently. Consciously choose a new set of affirmations that encourage you to believe in your ability to elevate your life above past levels. Try this, guys. I can accomplish anything I put my mind to here in the present moment. My past has no bearing on what I can and will create. If it has never happened before, that is all the more reason for me to make it happen now. I will cease being a slave to my past. Inventory the mental excuses you have for avoiding risk, failure, criticism, ridicule, or the negative opinions of others. Like, check it out. Be curious. See how you're creating them as the formation of your current excuse memes. Yes, I said memes. Those ideas placed in your head from mimicking the ideas of others until they become a set of mind viruses, okay, so programs. And when they're put to the 7-part excuses be gone paradigm, in the part 3 of this book, they'll simply crumble right before your eyes because they have no substance. So just think of a lovely cookie crumbling. Your excuses will crumble and your new life will be emerging. Okay. Your new life, they'll become right before your eyes. Okay. I doubt this point could be better summarized than in the last line of Carl Sandburg's poem, Prairie. I love all his references to these writers that I don't feel like we hear their names that much anymore, but they're powerful. So here we go. Prairie. I tell you the past is a bucket of ashes. I tell you yesterday is a wind gone down. A sun dropped in the west. I tell you, there is nothing in the world, only an ocean of tomorrows and a sky of tomorrows, an ocean of tomorrows and a sky of tomorrows. Okay, so let's do that again. So Prairie by Carl Sandburg. I tell you, the past is a bucket of ashes. I tell you, yesterday is a wind gone down, a sun dropped in the west. I tell you, there is nothing in the world, only an ocean of tomorrows, a sky of tomorrows. Give up hanging on to the bucket of ashes. The Bible says God gives us beauty for ashes. Recently, I spent an afternoon swimming with the dolphins in the Mexican Riviera. I've never done such a thing in all my 68 years. But rather than telling myself I couldn't undertake such an outing because it's never happened before, I reversed the logic and instead thought, since I've never done this before, I want to add this to my repertoire and have this unique experience right now. I'm looking forward to so many unique experiences for all of us. And as I continue to build this channel, in the future packaging courses, having retreats, writing books, and just doing more and more public speaking, I just look forward to that for me, and I look forward to you having new experiences for you. So put it in the comments. I'd love to hear what it is. And it was sensational. Adopt this kind of thinking regarding everything you've never done before. Open up to the vistas that bring you to a new way of being where you create wealth, health, and happiness in the present moment. Okay. Oops. All right. All right. Excuse 10. I'm not strong enough. That I'm not strong enough excuse unquestionably keeps you locked in a habitual way of thinking. Notice how all these excuses keep you in prison. No, 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 excuses be gone. You're coming on out of there. Freedom, freedom for all of us. Years spent believing in your weaknesses actually strengthens the belief that you aren't an emotionally, spiritually, or physically capable individual. It only takes a little bit of criticism to discourage you or activate this belief. So be aware, it only takes a little bit of criticism to activate this belief that you're not strong enough or I'm not a strong person, so I'll resort to my true self who is weak. No, 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 excuse be gone. The idea that you aren't tough enough to hold a certain job, stand up to a bully or victimizer, take care of yourself, face life alone, or travel by yourself are all mind viruses that are ready excuses when life gets tough. This is true on a collective level as well. I spent a couple of years teaching American history with a special interest in colonial America. I was always intrigued by how the United States broke free from the small island on the other side of the ocean that had ruled it with an iron fist for so many years. The message that the British had always sent us was, we are strong and you are fledglings, wannabes, and are weak. The result was a kind of servitude that had kept the colonists in excuse mode, but was ultimately brought to a halt once and for all. The transformation required a paradigm shift, which ultimately resulted in new thinking habits. It began with the great assortment of founding fathers from north to south who challenged the mind viruses that they were weak and the British were strong. And we are seeing this around the world right now. Many countries are saying, we are no longer weak, we are strong, or we were never weak, we just got stuck in an excuse. And they are just, you're watching China come forward, Russia come forward, you're watching Mexico rise up, you're watching Brazil rise up and become beautiful. You're just seeing like every country has so much beauty to bring to the world. So when enough of these courageous leaders share their beliefs about American might, the new meme began to replicate, infiltrate, and spread throughout the 13 colonies. In that vein, here's a portion of a speech delivered by Patrick Henry, before the Second Revolutionary Convention of Virginia in 1775. We are not weak if we make a proper use of those means which God of nature has placed in our power. The battle, sir, is not to the strong alone. It is to the vigilant, the active, and the brave. Yes. Shift out of the mental belief that you are too weak. Become vigilant and active, and demonstrate a new kind of bravery. Affirm that you're breaking free of thinking habits that have convinced you you're not a strong person. Excuses be gone. Here are some affirmations. I shall never see myself as lacking in strength again. What you think of me is none of my business. My strength is my connection to Source. It does not know weakness. Become conscious of the fact that seeing this belief as an excuse illuminates its weakness. So, right, what you bring in from the dark into the light, it weakens, loses its grip, but it also strengthens your ability to encourage yourself. So in the Bible, David encouraged himself. When he got down, he encouraged himself. Many writers, David Goggins, when you look at every one of us, we encourage ourselves. If you're not, I encourage you today to start encouraging yourself when you get into the valley. You possess all the fortitude of character, mind, and body to live at the highest level of happiness, health, and prosperity. Let these words of Mohandas K. Gandhi inspire you. Strength does not come from physical capacity. It comes from an indomitable will. Ooh, Gandhi. Strength does not come from physical capacity. It comes from an indomitable will. So guys, take your will and will the excuse. Ooh, getting chicken skin. Excuses be gone. All right? And just, excuses be gone now. Hit that subscribe and like button and leave your positive comments. I'd really love to hear from you. We're building this community, and I'm so looking forward to the future for all of us. Maybe I'll be meeting you one day at my events or in my packaged courses, or you never know, at Safeway. All right. Well, thank you for joining me, and you know what's next. Peace in, peace